there's another way to deal with synonyms, and that is to get the user involved in the process. Remember, the reason you're dealing with a synonymy is user came along, he put in a query, and you think that query is slightly ambiguous, right? So instead of trying to guess what the user meant, you could just ask them, right? Just ask them to help you. And this was done in a couple of ways. So this is from a few years back. This is what Yahoo was doing with synonymy. When you put in, and I think this is the query squid as well, right? So these are the search results. It was showing some images as well. And what Yahoo would do when you have a query that Yahoo thinks is sufficiently ambiguous, it'll pop up a little window saying, well, these are the possible senses of what you might be looking for. And it offered you could basically click on these things, and then it would use that as a query instead of your original term. So what it's basically doing is it's, instead of picking the synonyms automatically, it says, well, here are the plausible synonyms, and let the user decide which one they want. So Yahoo did it a few years back. They've killed it since then. I think in spring, if I'm not mistaken, Pinterest came up with something which is basically that same thing, only it had a spiffy little GUI for the mobile phones. Right? I don't remember what they called it. It was visual search or active search or something like that. But the basic idea is it's really the same thing. The user puts in a query and they suggest more specialized versions of that query. So Google tried something different, and this is around the same time that Yahoo was trying this. I don't know if you can see that or not. So Google tried something called the Search Wiki. Right? And the idea for the Search Wiki was they would put next to the results, next to the search results, there was a little box with an up arrow. And if you clicked on that up arrow, the implication was that you would want that search result to be propagated up in the ranking. So think about what Google is doing. They are asking you, what's the difference between this approach and this approach? Yahoo was asking you to disambiguate the query. They were trying to say, you typed in squid, did you mean this or that or that? What Google were trying to do is they were saying, well, maybe you don't know what you meant exactly. Maybe you can't reformulate the query effectively, but maybe when you see the results that you like and results that you dislike. Okay? So if you can get the user to mark a few documents that they like and a few documents that they dislike, that is a really, really powerful thing to do. And the reason it is it turns your search problem into a supervised learning problem. Because all of a sudden, previously you just had a query and a huge database of documents to rank. And now, all of a sudden, you have some examples of positives and negatives. Some things that the users liked and what they disliked. And now you have a whole field of machine learning that you could throw at this problem. Now, it's a very specific kind of a problem because users will only, at best they'll give you maybe one or two labels, and that's not what machine learning typically focuses on. But if they do, you are opening the world to a whole new class of algorithms. So they did it for a couple of years, and then they killed it again because nobody was using it.